Hey everyone, my name is Phil.
I'm Erica.
And today we're watching the Season 5 trailer for The Chosen. Let's dive in.
You must know something.
Oh.
I do believe that Jesus is most likely the Messiah.
Why?
Why what?
Why do you believe that?
I've seen too much.
Then why are you doing this?
I suppose I have not seen enough.
Oh.
Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem.
You can run on for a long time.
My
Any
house
tables
should be
today?
called a house of prayer, but you make it a den of thieves!
By what authority are you doing these things?
My own!
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
We have a problem. Jesus operates entirely outside our jurisdiction.
Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees! Stop this at once!
The world is changing, and Jesus offers a vision to redeem
Oh.
it.
He's not the Messiah!
Who's that?
Knowing that God's gonna cut you down.
Declaring yourself a sovereign.
Wow.
Rome will descend on us all.
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
The Pharisees are
that?
plotting to arrest Jesus of Nazareth.
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
I want peace, just like you. If you go through with this, our alliance is over.
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
There is talk of a collaborator from within of his own followers.
Go and tell that midnight rider.
City's on edge. If you succeed, I'll be the one left to pick up the pieces.
Go tell that long-tongued liar.
Interesting.
I ask that you keep your distance from me in Jerusalem these next few days.
Why?
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
You serpents! How will you escape being condemned to hell?
What have you done?
Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
It's called Last Supper, the season.
I guess.
Do all the seasons have a title?
That's intense.
It feels like most of that was from one episode.
You think so?
Like a lot of it seemed like it came from the same episode. Yeah.
I can see how they could be the same and different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really intense. To even see how I've never quite pictured Jesus at the temple throwing tables like that with a whip.
Is that in the Bible? The whip?
I don't know actually. I can't remember that detail, but yeah, maybe it is. But yeah, I think the reason why we're so confused in our Passion of the Christ reaction about the soldiers is because in The Chosen, we were just so used to The Chosen not having like temple guards or like temple soldiers or whatever. Because here they fully show Romans are the ones who are kind of, I don't know, the only security there. Like, why were they in the temple? So that was interesting. But I'm like, I feel like we're just kind of used to it in this version of this Bible story being told.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Even how they laid out the table. Usually it's like one long one, but here they have it like as a U-shaped, which I feel like makes more sense when he's like talking to everyone at the table. Like you can actually see everyone, as opposed to being like looking at each.
I feel like I've never, whenever it's like a live action depiction, it's never like that, the long table. I've never seen it like that.
I've seen a long table one.
Like I've only ever seen that in plays and in pictures.
Hmm.
Because it makes sense, because you're projecting to an audience.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right here, like if it's live, I've seen it kind of like picnic style. People are all together.
Picnic style? What do you mean? Like
Jesus Christ Superstar. They're kind of like on blankets
Oh,
together.
I see.
Or yeah, I've seen it like that as well. But yeah, yeah, interesting. I know people are super excited about this season. I think it's already been in theaters.
Yeah, March 28th.
Okay, so yeah, people have already seen it. Apparently, it's really good. It sounds like it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
So this season, or this part, basically is Holy Week,
I guess so. Yeah.
leading up to the Last Supper, and then probably just ending right at the betrayal, or him being seized.
Yeah. The show does a really good job of like this is the most intense trailer we've seen yet, I think, and which makes sense because obviously it's leading up to the crucifixion. But again, it's like I can really see here in this depiction like how they play it out. I can see why the like the high priests and all of them, like how they were really upset with Jesus. Because the way he does it here is like he is taking authority.
Well, yeah, and it's also the benefit of having this played out over 5, 6 seasons or 7 seasons by the end of this.
Yeah, true.
It's you actually have time to understand and explore the why. Although a lot of it is kind of like artistic interpretation. It makes sense in terms of how they fill it out. Whereas like in scripture, there is like a line or two about it, and then there's context that you have to like study and read about and kind of figure out that way. But here, like you've seen the build-up, and we kind of understand why Jesus being upset in the temple in that moment and reacting that way in front of religious leaders. We understand why, like what implications that has across groups. Like the religious leaders, even within his own followers, you saw them kind of shying away from it too.
Like, this is too much.
Yeah, and like there's confliction even within them, right? They don't know how to feel about it because, like Jesus says, like it's going to be new, but they don't know this. Like they don't, they're not expecting this.
Yeah, and I think also to see a Jesus for so long be loving and gracious and healing, and then now rebuking his own people for the things that they're doing within the temple, which makes sense, but just like to see that other side of him, I'm sure could be very jarring as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how they're going to portray the stuff with Judas, because already now, like they've already done a pretty good job of
setting him up,
but also kind of humanizing his point. Not that he's not human, but like to help people
like
understand
empathize
it.
Yeah,
because like I think the figure of Judas is just so like, you know, like that's the bad guy, or whatever. Like that's kind of like if you're not really, if you don't know too much about it, you know that at least. So he's the one that betrayed Jesus.
Yeah,
like
they do make him like more, or he was more, I feel, ominous in the Bible. They do take a way more empathetic.
Yeah, and again, a lot of artistic liberty, but I think it
which
helps.
I like better.
It helps to
because
kind
it's
of
like relatable.
Yeah, it helps to kind of understand. Cause like even while I didn't like, we have to see the full conversation of what he was talking about with Caiaphas.
Yeah.
In terms of like, oh, I didn't see enough, but him like reacting to Jesus in the temple and saying, "Oh, what have you done?" It's not necessarily like, oh, what did you do to this temple? It's like, what are you doing to this mission? Because like he's so about, like in this story, he's so about like helping the community and doing as much as he can to further this mission, that this outburst could put that whole thing in jeopardy. So like I like,
or
having that kind of perspective helps you understand his point a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not to the point it's like, oh yeah, okay, betray him because it makes sense because he's ruining your chance to, you know, collect tithes and stuff like that. What were you gonna say? Or
I wonder if it's also like because Jesus is already in such a hot spot with the leaders in Jerusalem that doing something like this would like definitely 100% push him over the edge to being killed. It's like, what do you do? Like, this is gonna like hurt you basically. I wonder if I don't know. That's kind of how I kind of saw it, but that's a good point too.
Yeah, but like even that, it'll be interesting to see how they develop his story within the season to get him to a point of like where he was at the end of season 4, which was already he was kind of feeling a type of way about how resources were being allocated and stuff like that. To okay, I'll kill him. I'll help you kill him. Like unless that was like something that he didn't understand as
Maybe
part
he
of the deal,
didn't know he was gonna kill him.
right?
Or was it only capture? No, it must be.
So yeah, like either way, like just kind of maybe he just thought I'll hand you over to the authorities.
Yeah.
But you know that that's a possibility. You're dealing with Rome.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like
yeah.
That's kind of like a risk that you're willing to take in that moment. So the journey of being at a place where like I'm annoyed with how things are being run to you need to go.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't feel like the resource allocation issue is enough to do that.
Yeah.
Like it would be interesting to see if they go into like kind of like demons and stuff like that they've referenced in the past. So like it would be interesting if that plays a role in it, because we haven't really seen too much of that, at least within his story. So,
of Judas?
Mm-hmm.
No, not.
It's always just been kind of very logical, right? Like money's coming in, or more money should be coming in, and we're not using it. Or
yeah, I wonder if we'll actually see the moment where it says in the Bible like the devil entered him, and then he did what he did.
Yeah,
that'd be really interesting. I'm interested to see how they do like the disciples' relationship, the rest of them, their relationship with Judas, and how things change, or like how they portray that, because the show is so relationship centered more than it is about Jesus' miracles.
Yeah.
So I'm really intrigued to see like how they react to that, respond to it. Yeah.
Yeah, even within the Last Supper, like I mentioned this in the Passion, excuse me, in the Passion reaction, it was like immediately after Jesus tells him to do what he has to do, how are people not already like feeling a certain way about Judas?
Yeah.
Unless he like did he just whisper it to him? Like, okay, go now. Or did he like
No,
say
I think he said it
in front of everybody, right? Like people heard it, right? So like, was there any confusion at that point?
Like, what are you doing?
Amongst the that like, oh, because like immediately before that, doesn't Jesus say that one of you will betray me? Okay, Judas, go. The people can't connect those dots and be like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I could see this group being more reasonable in their reactions. Because the ones that I've seen, you're right, they're just like, might be a little shocked, but this is a very...
Not shocked, but like confused.
Can be a reactive. Like Peter.
Yeah.
Like...
Peter, Big John.
Like, Peter, yeah, Big John. I feel like he'd go off. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
I want to see like what all the fire is about too. Like
I don't know what
the Romans, like who are they? No.
Because that looked like the temple.
No idea. Yeah, definitely. And it's at nighttime. Yeah, I don't know.
Idea.
Even the wedding.
It could be a flashback to something.
Wedding? Oh yeah, you're right.
Right, they could be talking about.
For a second, like I had to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it was Rayma and
Yo,
Thomas?
I legit thought for a second that it was Thomas and Raymond. I was like, oh no. I was like, no, who is that? Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's another thing they do, right? They play around with flashbacks a lot too. So it could be any of those.
Yeah, true.
Interesting that they were talking about, like, there's also some drama, like, before all of the, because, like, the interactions that we see between Caiaphas, Herod, and
I was gonna say that too.
Happen after, like, during the Passion.
Yeah.
But here it's like there's something happening before.
Yeah.
So they're all having conversations about Jesus beforehand. And they all have opinions about it already.
Yeah. Yeah. Really interesting.
So and that could be an interesting way to explore because like it is really interesting when Pilate's like, all right, Herod, nope, back to Pilate. Like they're just kind of, so if there's already like a conversation that happened before, that could kind of explain why they're
Makes
just like,
more
nope,
sense.
not me.
Yeah, like we talked about this.
Yeah.
Go back.
That'd be interesting.
Okay, cool. I'm excited for whenever it comes out to streaming.
I don't think they have the same drama that they had during season 4 in terms of like having the rights to their streaming, but that being said, I don't think they've announced any dates, anything solid yet. I don't. Their theater run's done, right?
I don't know. No, April 20th? I don't know.
Okay. Well, at some point in the near future, hopefully, probably May or June, it'll come back, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that in like weekly. Is that kind of how they did last time? Weekly episodes or blocks of episodes.
Remember.
Regardless, whenever it does come out, we'll probably end up pushing them out on a weekly basis, and we'll get back into it. Again, the Chosen community here has always been super fun to engage with and to learn from and learn with. So we invite you back. We invite you to continue to share what you know so that we can learn as well and grow with you. And yeah, we're excited. So season 5 is around the corner, and yeah, can't wait.
Okay. Happy Easter, y'all.
Oh yeah, happy Easter. All right, we will see you when season 5 drops. Peace.